All right. Well, welcome everyone to Virtual Coffee Break with Tanisha. So good to see everybody. How you doing, Lawanda? Hey, Denise. Hey, Gail. Kahaya, Shawnee, Felicia. How y'all doing? Hey, Mike. Hey, Audrey. Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody. So today we are going to watch a quick video called The Master Key to Influence. And when I first saw this video, it was like life changing. I was like, got it. It was just one of those things like, okay, if I never learn anything else, this is going to be good. This is going to be something that I can take, I can teach, I can implement right away. So we're going to start with that. I'm going to give it one more minute. Mike is on camera. Hey, Mike. You know, I get excited. Looking good, looking good. Hey, Debbie. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay. So, again, you definitely want to have a notepad and pen. I'm streaming this in the Team Lux Platinum group. I'm also recording it. So, I will upload it to my YouTube channel just in case Facebook, wants to throw shade and not let me be great because they get funky and want to start deleting stuff and flagging stuff. But this is going to be life changing. So, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And let's get started.
Billion video views in 5 months. And unfortunately, it was taken down from. Hello there, my friend Myron Golden here. And I want you to have the opportunity to enjoy a TEDx talk that got over 1.1 million video views in 5 months. And unfortunately, it was taken down from the TED site because of the person who hosted the TEDx talk had some conflicts with some other people from some other event. And so TEDx took down all of his videos. Mine was one of them. So we have a version of it. We have the recording. It's just not high quality. So I wanted to let you know why this TEDx talk is such low quality. The quality of the video is very low. The quality of the content is some of the highest you will ever hear. And the TEDx talk is called The Master Key to Influence, How to Overcome Procrastination in Yourself and Others. It will absolutely bless you beyond your wildest imagination. Enjoy. How many of you would like to have in your pocket at all times the master key to influence? Yes? Okay, so that's what I'm going to show you how to do. I'm going to show you how to have the master key to influence, and I'm going to show you how to overcome procrastination in yourself and other people. How many of you think you know somebody that has a procrastination problem? Okay, the reason I asked the question, how many of you think you know somebody that has a procrastination problem, is because nobody has a procrastination problem. Procrastination is not a problem. Procrastination is always the symptom to a problem. And the symptom that procrastination is a problem of, it's the problem of anxiety. That's the real problem. Procrastination is the symptom, it is not the problem. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, how do you fix procrastination? How do you get the people that you are selling to buy now? How do you get your children to clean their room now? How do you get your children to do their homework now? How do you get the person that you're in love with to be in love with you now? How do you get yourself to eat the things that are going to serve you now? How do you get yourself to move your body the way that's going to make you strongest now? That is a good question. It is a very good question. And when we find the answer to that question, we will have unlocked the master key to influence. What is the master key to influence? Well, it's this. Human beings are singularly motivated. People do things for one reason and one reason only. People don't have 10 reasons they do things. They don't have 15 reasons they don't do things. They don't have 5 reasons they do things. People do things for one reason and one reason only, and that is because they feel like it. When people who eat right, they eat right because they feel like eating right more than they feel like eating wrong. People who exercise, they exercise because somehow or another, they figured out a way to make themselves exercise instead of making themselves not exercise. They figured out a way to make themselves feel like doing the thing. And if you can, if for those of you who are in business, if you can figure out a way to create an environment that causes other people to feel like doing business with you, you don't have to try so hard to get them to do business with you, because people do things for their own reasons, and their own reasons, not yours, not mine, their own. So how do I get to the place in my life where I create an environment that causes me and the people I've been sent to serve and the people I've been sent to serve with, how do I create an environment that causes all of us to feel like doing the things that are in our own best interest? Is that a good question? Yes or yes? Okay, so here's the answer. Understand this. When you understand that if your attitude is right, the facts don't matter. So that's the first thing you have to understand. When your attitude is right, the facts don't matter. And when I say your attitude is right, I'm going to explain to you exactly what I mean by that. But this is a fact. And by the way, it doesn't matter what name you give that fact. That fact could be bad news from the doctor. That fact could be the loss of your job. That fact could be the loss of a fortune in the stock market. That fact could be having to file bankruptcy. That fact could be whatever. It doesn't matter. If your attitude is right, the facts don't matter. But here's what happens. We observe the facts. We either observe them through our eyes, right? Or we observe them through our ears. We either hear the facts or we see the facts. And then when we see that fact or hear that fact, we put a frame around that fact. And that frame that we put around that fact, is going to be in the form of a focus in our head. I'm going to tell you something. Frames create focus. If you don't remember anything I'll say tonight, remember that frames create focus. What does that mean, that frames create focus? The reason we put a frame around the picture is because we want people to focus on what's inside the frame. Everybody tracking? So what you want to do is you want to understand that when a fact happens, you put a frame around it. That frame has a positive side and a negative side, because everything has a positive side and everything has a negative side. It's impossible. Have you ever seen a one-sided piece of bread? Probably not. Have you ever seen a one-sided coin? I don't think so. Have you ever seen a one-sided piece of paper? Why not? Because it cannot exist. It is impossible for anything to exist with only one side. So if it exists, and there's something negative about it, there also has to be something positive about it at the very same time. If there's something in your life that's really super positive, that it has to have a super negative aspect at the very same time. Why? Because there's no such thing as a one-sided anything. Well, we put that frame around it. When we put that frame around it, then that frame is going to cause us to manufacture a belief. And that belief is going to be manifested either as faith, or it's going to be manifested as doubt. And this is the part most people don't understand. Most people don't understand, I'm going to say it slowly because most people have never heard it before. Faith and doubt are both belief. Most people think faith is belief and doubt is the absence of belief, but doubt is not the absence of belief. Faith is belief in the outcome I desire. Doubt is belief in the outcome I don't desire. When I have more belief in the outcome I don't desire than I do in the outcome I do desire, I have doubt and I don't have faith, but both of them are a belief. Okay, so when I manufacture this belief, if I manufacture faith because I'm focused on the positive aspect of the fact, then that's going to make me happy. If I focus on the negative aspect of the fact, that's going to cause me to have doubt, and that's going to make me sad. But it wasn't the fact that made me happy, and it wasn't the fact that made me sad. It wasn't the fact that you have a lot of money that makes you happy, and it's not the fact that you don't have a lot of money that makes you sad. It's not the fact that you're healthy that makes you happy, and it's not the fact that you're unhealthy that makes you sad. It's the focus on that fact that makes you happy or sad, because you all the time, and I am too, are manufacturing beliefs about the things that are going on outside of us. And it's not the thing that's going on outside of us that changes the game. It's the things that are going on inside of us that we are doing as a result of our perception of the things that are going on outside of us. And so we see this, we have this focus in our head that causes us to manufacture this belief. But you know what's really interesting about that? Belief is a traveling salesman. It doesn't stay in one place. So this belief travels down into our heart, and that focus in our head travels down into our heart, and it creates this thing called a feeling in our heart. That feeling in our heart is why we do everything. Like, you get up early because you feel like getting up early. Or if you don't feel like getting up early, guess what you do? You sleep in, right? And so the reality is we have to understand that my motivation, your motivation, the motivation of our children, our spouses, our business partners, those people that we negotiate in business with, all of us are motivated by our feelings. Isn't it interesting that we say the fact that we have emotions? What is emotion? Emotion is energy in motion. That's what a feeling is. And a feeling is also the energy that causes you to be in motion, or the energy that inhibits you from being in motion. So we have the focus in our head that creates the feeling in our heart. Well, what's the feeling? That depends. What does it depend on? It depends on whether I've manufactured faith or whether I've manufactured doubt. If I've manufactured faith in my head through my focus, then the feeling in my heart is going to be this powerful thing called anticipation. Anticipation is one of the greatest gifts you can ever give yourself. What is anticipation? Anticipation is the energy that I get when the outcome I expect is desirable to me. I'm going to say it again really slowly. Anticipation is the energy I get when the outcome I expect is desirable to me. So when I'm expecting a desirable outcome, it energizes me. I can't sleep. Do you remember when you were a little kid? And I don't know if you were mischievous like I was, but Christmas, the week before Christmas, we would always sneak into my parents' bedroom, or we'd sneak into the basement to see if we were getting the things we asked for. How many of y'all know what I'm talking about? And so we snuck in there, and I was getting that electric guitar that I'd been begging for years. And all of a sudden, I know I'm going to get that electric guitar. And your parents were probably not sadistic like mine were, but mine always made us go to bed early on Christmas Eve. And I'm like, we can't sleep. What do we go to bed? And we're up there, my brothers and I, and we are laughing and talking and acting crazy until 2 o'clock in the morning because we got so much energy from our expectation of what we were going to receive the next day, we couldn't sleep. And so that's what anticipation does. Anticipation gives you energy to do the thing. But what if you're focused on the negative aspect of the fact and it causes you to manufacture a belief called doubt? Well, that's going to show up in your heart as the feeling of anxiety. You got to get this now. Anxiety is the thief of your dreams. The things that you desire to have that you don't have now, the reason you don't have them is because you've manufactured more anxiety than you have anticipation. The reason that people say no to you when you're making them an offer is because you created more anxiety in them than you have anticipation. And when you learn how to create more anticipation in people than you do anxiety, they will start saying yes instead of saying no. And then you'll be blown away. It'll seem like it's almost, wait a minute, this is too easy, because you started focusing on creating an arena that causes people to feel like saying yes to the things that you're offering them to them. So what is anxiety? If anticipation is the energy I get when the outcome I expect is desirable to me, then anxiety is wasting present energy on a future outcome that's undesirable to me. Let me say that one more time. Anxiety is wasting present energy on a future outcome that's undesirable to me. So what happens is I'm expecting an outcome I don't desire. And so what I do, because I'm expecting that outcome I don't desire, I have a physical reaction to it in my body, and that physical reaction feels like fear, smells like fear, looks like fear, tastes like fear, but it ain't fear. How do I know it's not fear? Because fear is caution over a real and present danger. If there is no real and present danger, there can be no fear. If I'm playing golf up in Tampa, we have alligators. Y'all probably have them down here too. And if you hit your ball close to an alligator and that ball is really close to the alligator, you got to turn your back to hit that ball. I recommend you let the alligator keep the ball. Why? That alligator represents a real and present danger. But if I'm getting ready to make a sales call and I think, well, what if they say no? I need to make the sale. I got to make a sale this week. I'm about to lose my job because I can't meet my quota. Well, that's a different story. That's not fear. That's anxiety, because now you're making up a story about the future that's causing you to have a feeling in the present that robs you of the energy to do the very thing that would keep that negative thing from happening. Have you ever heard somebody say worrying about something makes it happen? Well, that's why. When you're worried about something, worry, anxiety, same thing, different word. When you're worried about something, that worry robs you of the energy to take the action that could keep the bad thing from happening. So anxiety is wasting present energy on a future outcome that is undesirable to you. I recommend that you not do that. So Myron, how do people say, I've got a procrastination problem? No, you're just expecting the thing you're procrastinating not to do the thing you'd like it to do. And so therefore you don't do it. If you could paint a clear and mental picture of the outcome you desire as a direct result of the thing that you need to do, if you can see that as the ultimate outcome and that it's going to happen, and if you could get yourself in your heart of hearts to believe that, you would take every action in that direction. There's no such thing as an author with writer's block. There's just an author who expects the book not to sell. If you thought you were going to sell 1 million copies next week, you'd get that book done tonight. See, it doesn't matter what we apply it to, it always works. If our children believe that their life is going to get better as a direct result of doing the thing we desired them to do because we had them do it for their reasons, not ours, then cleaning your room's easy. All you have to do is give them a reason that makes sense to them and causes them to feel like doing it. Y'all tracking? So what happens is we get a focus in our head. That focus in our head creates a feeling in our heart. When the feeling in our heart is anticipation, it energizes us. When the feeling in our heart is anxiety, it robs us of the energy to do the thing. And then lastly, the feeling in our heart then moves out to our hands, and the feeling in our heart creates a function in our hands. And that function in our hands, when we focus on the outcome we desire and we have faith, That gives us anticipation. That's the energy. The function in our hand is called power. Not only do we have the energy and the power to do the thing, it is impossible for us not to do the thing. When we have anticipation, we get a really, really bad case of the I can't help it. How many of y'all ever had a bad case of the I can't help it? And so what happens is I've now got this, I'm looking at this fact. I'm focused on the positive aspect of the fact. I'm manufacturing faith. It's traveling down into my heart and building up all this anticipation. And now I can't do anything but the work that's in front of me. I'm not going to distract myself by watching a football game or a basketball game. I'm not going to anesthetize myself watching other people in the electronic income reducer live their dreams while I'm living a nightmare. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go to work on the thing that's going to work for me, and I know it's going to work because I'm going to make it work. And then lastly, if the feeling in our heart is anxiety, then the function in our hand is powerlessness. And what happens when we live a life of powerlessness is every obstacle we face, we see it as bigger than us. Every obstacle we face, we see it as larger than us. Everything that comes our way, we think it's bigger than us, it's better than us, it's stronger than us, it's more powerful than us, and it has the ability to take anything that we desire away. But when we realize the power that we have, when we master the master key of influence, it gives us the ability to overcome procrastination in ourselves and others. And no will turn to yes, and maybe will turn to absolutely. And I'll think about it turns to where do I sign? Because you have figured out how to create environments that cause people to feel like doing the things that are in their own best interest. That's the master key to influence. I'm Dr. Myron Goldman. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Ooh-wee, ooh-wee. I just love, 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 love that. I want to hear from everyone a takeaway from that. Like I said, when I first saw the Master Key to Influence, it was like a big aha moment for me. So who wants to share their takeaway and, your biggest takeaway? What did you learn from this video about yourself and how you're conducting business? Anybody have an aha moment of, oh, I've been doing this all wrong? Anybody? Michelle?
Okay, I knew you was going to do that. Honestly, I mean, like you said, we've seen the video before, and I love that you brought it back up again because it just kind of makes you really, I think with anything, if you see it several times, then you get a different takeaway each time. And I have noticed that from that first time I saw it to where I am now and the progression that's coming from this. But I want to say one of my primary takeaways today, the moment he said it, and I wrote it down, the ultimate outcome. Focusing on what that ultimate outcome is. Because, with any situation that we're in, it's like he spelled it out loud and clear about the anticipation. Focusing on everything in the positive sense. Mm-hmm. This also goes along with the session we did the other day with creative or active listening skills, because ultimately with that, focusing on the ultimate outcome should help to keep you, in that right mind frame to be able to have the relationship that you're building for this business to evolve in a successful way. If you're going into a situation, like you say, you're picking up the phone, you're going to reach out to several of your friends to now chat about this particular opportunity that you have. And if you're already thinking, no one's going to buy into this, then that's basically you set yourself up for failure. But if you're going into that same series of calls and chatting with people with the whole tone of, I am building an empire, I am focused on what I'm going to be doing with this opportunity, I want to take this to the next level and help as many people as I possibly can, then you're already focusing on that positive outcome and understanding that, it's going to take that commitment to continue moving forward, no matter where you may have the ones who are saying no or not right now, keep driving it forward. So what I just focus on each day is, I set those goals each day of what I'm going to achieve, whether it's through social media, online or offline activity. And I don't stop until I have met those goals. And if for some reason I'm falling short one day, my attitude, add that on to the next day. Right. But don't allow myself to fall short every day. But it's staying focused on that ultimate outcome.
I love that. I love that. I love that. That's good stuff. Anybody else?
I have something.
Yes. Hi, Vanessa.
Hey, Miss Tanisha. So for me, I am trying my best to, like he stated, not turn everything to a negative,
Mm-hmm.
aspect.
Mm-hmm.
With everything that I guess average normal people go through.
Right.
You're like, okay, you know what? I cannot. I got this. I got this. I got this. I have to then therefore not let my anxiety get the best of me. And when he hit that, I was like, oh my goodness, he's talking to me. But just don't, I guess the main thing not to away, don't turn everything into a negative, and don't say, okay, it's not going to work, or it's definitely going to fail, or I can't do this. Have to literally see the, I guess, the light at the end of the tunnel. That's what I saw out of it. So
Absolutely. And you got to remove the word try from your vocabulary. That's the one
yes.
word we don't say is we trying to do this, we trying to do that. We're doing it. We're
Yes,
doing it.
ma'am.
So definitely make sure that you always speak in the positive and never the negative. I did post the link in the chat. So grab that link and bookmark it. Denise said, stop predicting the future with negativity of what can go wrong. Exactly. And sometimes, a lot of times, we make the mistake when we're talking to our prospects, we actually create the negative atmosphere. They're positive and excited about it, and then we start talking too much, and then now we've overwhelmed them, and we create that negative atmosphere, and they're like, yeah, no, it's too much. It's not gonna work for me. So we got to be careful of that as well. Rochelle said this is really good information on why it could be hard, on why our business is stuck, right? And it allows you to work in areas that you're weak. Absolutely. Marshall said, I'm at work, so can't talk, but my takeaway is stay focused and positive and keep my eye on the ultimate outcome. Exactly, exactly. Yes, Nicole, I'm going to also post it there. So I will post the link in our Team Lux Platinum group as well. So just bear with me. Anybody, Kim?
It made me think about our posture and how we need to make sure that our posture is very strong, because with a strong posture, we're going to be positive, and know that we can get the thing done that we need to get done. It also reminded me of The Pursuit of Happiness, the movie with Will Smith, and how, he was determined, with his back against the wall, but we don't have to have our back against the wall like that. We just need to have that posture that, yes, we can do this. And it's not recruiting, like everybody keeps saying. It's not recruiting. It's just seeing if this thing works for whoever you're going to show it to.
Exactly. And again, just changing that word from recruiting to sharing helps change your mindset. So when you're talking to prospects about the business, don't use the phrase, oh, we recruit people into the business. No, we share information with people who are looking for the information. That right there will turn a negative concept of what we do into a more positive concept of what we do, especially if the person that you're talking to is a yellow. If your prospect is a yellow, you better not use the word recruit. That's an automatic turnoff. And we don't recruit, because if someone's not looking for ways to make extra income, we're not talking to them. So it's not recruiting. It's only if they say, yeah, I'm open to looking, that we even share the information. At least that's what you should be doing. You shouldn't just be randomly asking people to take a look at what you're doing, because then, yeah, now you're selling. That's different. But if you're asking if they're open to looking, or if you're offering a solution to their problem, you're not recruiting, you're just sharing information. So choose your words wisely. Shamika?
Um, I'm glad you resurfaced this video, because I did watch it before, and you definitely get something new. And I think it is befitting with what's been talking about. We've been talking about shifting our paradigm, shifting how we think about things. And I have definitely been shifting my paradigm, just thinking differently, saying things differently and more positively. But then I have been told, like, well, I'm a realist. I'm thinking of, the real life things, but it's like, I'm not dismissing the negative things that could happen. It's just that I'm not focusing on that. I don't have to embrace the negative, right? Especially if I don't know what the outcome is. Why would, and it's like what you said, why, if I don't know what the outcome is, I don't know what's going to happen, why would I want to shift more to what I don't want to happen? It don't make sense. But I'm glad you brought this up. But my biggest takeaway from this time around was emotions. Your emotion is your energy in motion. And that really is what it is. And you can give that to other people because, like you said, it's a traveling thing, right? And it's not necessarily have to travel to you, it can travel to the next person, whether it be over the phone. And like you said, even, we want to detach ourselves from the result of somebody signing up, but we still want to have that excitement in our voice, because it's like, okay, you're open to taking a look at this opportunity, but guess what? I'm already in the opportunity. Okay, I already got it. So I'm sharing it with you. I'm excited because I know what it can do for you, but you have to see that for yourself. But you have to put that excitement out there in the world too. Like, I don't know. She could be selling me water, but she excited about it. So I'm excited to learn about it. So you can definitely transfer those emotions to your prospects and to your business partners.
I agree. That is the truth. And the other thing is, connecting to what you just said, is not focusing on the current situation, but focusing on your future, right? And so that is another way to help your prospects see the positive outcome of what's going to happen when they partner with you. It's about their dream life. But again, if you don't ask the question of, what is their dream life? What does that look like for them? Then how can you even cast that vision? But people, if you think about their future, like for me, when I look at where I'm at right now in this company, the amount of money that I'm making right now, I get excited when I think about 5 years from now, because I'm like, oh my goodness, right? What is that going to look like 5 years from now? I'm excited about that because I know it's only going to get better because I've positioned myself to win, right? And so imagine being able to cast that vision for your prospect, of them getting in position right now and what their future can actually look like, once they make that decision to partner with you. So you got to remove all the anxiety that they may have about partnering with you. Like, oh, I've never done this before. I've never owned a business before. I don't have a lot of time. Oh, the $60 a month, right? You got to remove all of that and focus on the positive. Make them feel good about partnering with you. Be excited. I know there's some of you, some people in the business, maybe not y'all on here, but there's some people, when I hear them talking about this business, it sounds like they're reading a eulogy. I wouldn't want to partner with you either. If you have a very monotone voice and you're talking about the travel product and it really just sounds like, you hit a dog and the dog is dying on the side of the road, and you're really just, man, that poor dog. But we do have this legacy program, and you'll be able to leave a legacy for your children. Like, what? You better be excited. We sell recess. Y'all remember recess in kindergarten? How excited you were when that bell went off and you got to go outside and play recess? If that doesn't make you smile, something is wrong with you. So you have to have that excitement in your voice. Practice it. Smile when you talk. Put a mirror at your desk. I have a mirror at my desk. I learned that a long, long time ago. So that when you're speaking to people, smile. Because that smile, that transfers that emotion through the phone or through the video. That's another reason why I like doing Zoom, because then I don't need the mirror, because I can actually see myself, right? But I get a lot of times people tell me, I just love your energy. Good, because that means I'm making them feel good about partnering with me, or joining my organization, or whoever I'm doing a call for. So it's so important to If you're not excited about your business, do a gut check, because something's wrong. Something is truly wrong if you are not excited about your business. And that could be why you haven't been able to sign anybody up recently. Because what emotion are you transferring? Susan, why'd you say that?
You know what? I had an aha probably, I think it's been almost a month now. I had to do a shift within myself, and I really had, I mean, you have talked about this. I really had to talk to myself. It's like, are you going to keep paying this overhead and just keep yourself stuck? Or are you going to turn shit around and do what you got to do? And that's really what I've been doing. I've been way more consistent than I ever have in the last 2 years. It's paying off. I actually had someone, I posted a flyer today. It's someone who's already watched, she's already watched the video. She saw that I announced a new partner. She's like, I want in. I immediately messaged her, when can we talk? You already have my cell phone number. When can we talk?
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I get off work at 6:30 tonight. I said, okay, let's talk after you get off work tonight. And we started.
Excellent. Excellent. So
And
what
so,
was the major shift?
I got tired of seeing other people winning, and I wasn't winning. I mean, to be honest, it really was. And then sometimes you got to be patient with people. I had a registered nurse last night. I had her on the webinar, and I had to wait literally 3 weeks because she was overseas vacationing. And I waited till she got back, got her on the presentation last night. She'll probably be an ITA for right now, but I'm okay with that because I know once she sees what she needs to do, she'll add on the plan of marketing side.
No, get her on the phone with me for a 3-way call. We ain't signing up
Okay.
ITAs only.
Okay.
We're not doing that.
Okay.
Because when anybody who, and I was having this conversation with someone yesterday. I need y'all to understand something. Your prospect, they don't know what they don't know. And if they're concerned about money, why is it that we're okay with some people, the person I was speaking to last night, they used the word, I don't want to push them into, doing this and doing that. I don't want to feel like I'm being pushy for them to, spend the 200. And I said, so you're okay with pushing them to spend $180 for one stream of income, but you're not okay with pushing for them to spend $20 to generate 7 streams of income? How much sense does that make? $20? Come on, y'all. I need all of you to have the mindset and to make a decision today that in order for anybody to partner with you, it is a $200 investment, period. They shouldn't even have the concept that they could choose one over the other because they don't know what they don't know. So that means you had to present it in a way where they think they have the option that they could just do the travel side and not the marketing side. That's you. And why would you do that when you claim you want to secure the legacy? Are you trying to enroll all 100 people yourself, or would you like to have some champions that are hungry who want the same thing? It starts with you. To partner with me is a $200 investment, period. I can't in good conscience let you sign up for just the ITA. And the way I present it to people, it's $200 to partner with me. You're getting 2 businesses. I'm going to train you on both businesses. But once I train you, if you only want to focus on one side over the other, you are free to do that. But I'm not going to let you not position yourself, because we all know probably within 6 months, if they're actively working their travel business, someone's going to inquire about it to them. We all know that. They don't know that. They're new. But you know that. They need to be in position. So it's how you explain it. And again, part of the problem is many of you aren't doing a three-way call. You doing too much of this yourself. And so you haven't learned how to properly communicate the value of this business opportunity as a whole. And you just talk about the part that you feel comfortable with, which is the travel side, or you get excited because they're excited about the travel side. But no, the conversation that you should be having with people is a true I can change your life conversation. Don't present it as an option. My business opportunity is $200. Period. It's $200 to partner with me. And this is part of becoming a great leader and a great coach, because they don't know what they don't know, but you do. So you just gonna let them lead you to selling just an ITA only and hope that they join? What? Let me tell y'all something. There are so many, and I've seen it repeatedly. There are so many people who came into the business as an ITA only, never heard of Planet Marketing, don't know what it is. The person who sold them the business didn't take the time to go in depth. Maybe they mentioned it lightly, but didn't take the time to really explain and allow the person to ask questions to make sure that they understand it. And then later, when that ITA only learns about Planet Marketing, they're pissed off, angry, because someone didn't care enough to share it with them to make sure they understood it, and they feel like they wasted years. They're like, man, if I would have known about this, I would be so much further than where I am right now. Why didn't they tell me? They may have mentioned it, but not like this. I didn't know. And then now they want to sign up with Planet Marketing, but guess what? They don't want to sign up with the person who sold them the ITA, because now they feel like that person did them a disservice because they didn't share it with them. You don't want to be that person. It's like you want to leave a legacy for your family. You don't think they want to leave a legacy for theirs? Okay. You want residual income every month, but they don't have the right to have residual income too? You don't think they want that too? So we got to do better with that. I'm going to go to the chat, and Team Lux Platinum. Let's see what we have here. Nicole, I did post the link. Lynette says she's the social butterfly at work. So Nicole says I was on a great momentum when I started. She was really consistent, but now because of her 9 to 5, she's more like 3 to 1. I can't read all of that. Her body's acting old, basically, is what she's saying, and sleep is non-existent. I'm feeling the reason why I needed a change. I'm beginning my consistency again. Being connected has helped a lot. Yes, Nicole, definitely staying plugged in is everything. That truly is. This is why we say plugged in. It's like someone being on life support, right? If you pull the plug, they die, right? I promise you, it's the same thing in this business. If you're not plugged into the meetings and the trainings and the events, it's like your business just kind of starts to wither away, because you disconnected yourself from the source. Some of you don't have enough high energy, high vibrations, but it's those high vibrations and they're in the meetings. They're on the IMV. You get off the IMV, you like ready to conquer the world, but you don't get on the IMV. You get to work, your boss says something, and now your vibrations are super low. Well, guess what? You're not going to attract the hungry people if your vibrations are low. You're just not. But get on the IMV and take that energy with you to work. Somebody at work gonna ask you about your business. I saw this post you did. But when your vibrations are low, you don't have that. Shamika?
It's funny you mentioned that because we were watching like an Eric Worre video that was, telling us some tips and tricks on what we should do to invite people, and I just thought it was awesome that he said before you pick up the phone and call somebody, listen to your favorite song that makes you dance and gets you all happy and wound up, and listen to that song right before you make calls. It's going to be in your energy. You're going to be all hyped up and talking to people. And I just thought that was a great thing, because music does do that for you. And that when you have that good vibration, like you say, it's gonna give off to other people. They're gonna feel it.
Absolutely.
They're gonna see it. They're gonna, even if you're over the phone, they're gonna see, you can see them smiling over the phone. So
that is
I
so
agree with
true.
you on that.
That is so true. I remember when I was setting up, I have a Apple HomePod in my son's bedroom. And so I remember putting that song Happy by Pharrell as his wake up song. So that when that, 5:30 comes off, that song pops up, because I want him to start his day. And now he changed it to something that ain't even real music. But the point is, y'all see where I was going with it, right? I know for a while I had my theme song, one of my theme songs. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. That was my good morning song, because I wanted to wake up with a winning mindset, right? So think about that. That's a great thing to share, Shamika. Everybody, have a song that wakes you up in the morning that puts you in the best mood ever. And just see how that changes the trajectory of your day. It does make a difference. Michelle?
No, and honestly, I'm just more so supporting everything y'all just referenced. You hit it around the head. I didn't even realize, because I think, just as a standard, when I'm talking with someone, I try to make it a point of being really upbeat. Especially when we're talking about business or just what I'm doing overall, because for me, if I'm going out to dinner with friends, we're out to have a good time. I can't get into these gripe sessions and all that negativity. For me, it's like, okay, sometimes I think like they did a convention, whatever may be happening, give it 5 minutes. Now let's talk about something fun and positive. And so I didn't realize to what extent it was coming across to others, because I just started seeing with a good number of the welcome calls that were done after a business partner would join. And, one question started, what made you decide to join the business? And it was like this common thread of, Michelle's high energy, she clearly loves what she's doing. She always seems so very happy. You look at her postings, you're walking away smiling. And I'm like, wow, I want to say I was somewhat doing it subconsciously, because for me, like you just said earlier, who wants to have a conversation with someone, especially about business or earning extra income, and it's coming across as though you're still trying to wake up for the day?
Right.
And it's funny because with our PBR with the team last night, we just kind of like did a mock beforehand. And that was part of what I was sharing with them. You got to keep in mind that not only are they looking at this presentation with valuable information that's handed to them, they're looking at what type of environment they're buying into as well. They need to see a cohesive team. They need to see that these are people who are not only saying they're going to empower, they're showing that they're going to empower each other. And I told them, I said, those are things that people are walking away. You want to have it with a particular scenario with, no matter what you're attending, people are walking away and talking about it afterwards.
Yes.
Not with the tone of, can I get out? How quickly can I get out of here? Or is this Zoom ever going to be over with? Think about it when we go to any of our events. Most often we're walking out of there just high-fiving, laughing, talking, chatting about what nuggets were shared during that particular time. Or if it's a Saturday event, we're doing lunches and dinners afterwards, raving about what we just experienced.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is just something that I just feel like, we have got to stay conscious, very focused on, that energy being there, because that, in addition to the information that's being shared with them, is a win-win. And I love what you were saying about the, no, not the ITA only. You know, I ran into a couple of situations that you and I talked about, but it was interesting because the people had joined on both sides of the business, but immediately told me on their first onboarding session, they were only interested in the travel side. And so, you know, I handled it the way you and I had chatted about, you know, that's totally fine. But as your coach, you have two businesses. I need to share with you both sides of that business. What you decide to do afterwards is on you. But I can guarantee you, people are going to come back and ask, how did you even find out about this business? What's the, you know, how did you learn about this opportunity? Why would you cut off those 7 streams of income when people could possibly reach out to you? And in both instances, one circled back 2 days after we had the conversation, like, oh my God, you are the golden coach. I could not believe this happened already. The other one was probably 2 weeks later. She's like, oh my goodness, this is actually happening. So I think that's, you know, the point you put out there, we're doing a disservice to them. And I completely co-sign on the fact that I can't tell you how many people I've talked to in this business that didn't know about the Planet marketing side and was completely blown away when they found out. And yet somewhat irritated that why did they not even mention it? So if we're really representing this organization properly, it is our responsibility to show the whole picture and not be afraid of the fact that someone's going to only focus on the travel side. Most people are going to navigate that because everyone knows about travel.
Exactly. And it's about, you know, also, you can also present it in a way that sometimes you got to give people like a life lesson, because they have to hear the nonsense that they're saying, because they don't even realize they're saying it. So it's like saying, so if I get someone who says, well, I really just want to focus on the travel side, I'm gonna say, okay, so what I'm hearing you say is, if someone offered you a $10 bill and a $100 bill, you just want the 10? Is that what you're saying? Right? They're gonna be like, no. That's what you just said. That's literally what you just said. And sometimes I'll ask people, another time when I'll have to use that example is when I'm explaining the travel side versus the marketing side. And I said, the travel side, that's your supplemental income. The marketing side is your life-changing income. Which one are you looking for? Supplemental or life-changing? And every once in a while, I get someone that says supplemental. And I swing back around. I said supplemental. So what I'm hearing from you is, if I offer you a $10 bill or a $100 bill, you're telling me you only want the $10 bill. Well, no. Well, that's what you just said when you said you prefer supplemental over life-changing. Like, I want to make sure that I'm clear on what you're saying, but that's what you said. Is that what you meant? Well, no, I didn't mean, okay. Let's have a real conversation. Like, don't let people take you down that road. Like, this is a business. We're not here to play games. Call them out. You should be having the I can change your life conversation with these people. This is not some little side business. Like, I need y'all to understand, and for some of you that may be new, like less than 6 months, I can say with 99.9% certainty that we will never ever see a business opportunity like this in our lifetime. This is that once in a lifetime shot for us. I don't know, maybe 50 years from now, there might be something else. But I was first introduced to network marketing coming out of high school, and there has never, ever been an opportunity like this, with this type of compensation plan, with this type of leadership, with this type of training, with this type of support. Is rare. Most compensation plans are not designed for the rep to win. They're designed for the company to make money. And that's why those companies aren't around. I could think of probably at least 3 travel companies that started while I've been in Planet Marketing, and they ain't doing nothing right now. At least 3. Not doing anything. So I'm telling you, this is that one shot to have everything you could ever hope for, dream for, pray for with this business opportunity with Planet Marketing. Go for it. Go all in and just see what happens. The worst thing that could happen is you're going to be in a better position than you are right now. That's literally the worst that could happen. Or you could be in a much, much better position, more than you could ever hope, dream for, pray for. I'm sure when Natalie Graham was struggling with those 5 children, going back to school just to get the financial aid to pay her bills, I'm sure that making over $140,000 a month wasn't on her radar, because it's like, how? Where? Not saying she didn't believe that she could make it. Yeah, but what vehicle are you going to use to make it? But here we are. We actually have the vehicle. We got the evidence. We just got to go for it. Miss Smith Pierre,
Smith Pierre.
Smith Pierre, how are you?
I'm doing well. I'm 90 days in as of today, and I got 2 reps, 2 ITAs. Now that video we watched today was awesome, and it's helping me to understand why some of the people I'm inviting to the opportunity are not choosing either the opportunity or both parts of that opportunity. So my question to you is, even say we do a 3-way call and that person decides, okay, they're going to stick to the travel business. Maybe it's a financial thing. Are you hand holding through that decision of theirs? Because, you know, we have IntelliTravel University that's training them to do everything they need to do. Mm-hmm. Are you still kind of inviting them to things, to some of the team meetings, the calls? How are you handling those people who decide just to go ahead, even after, you know, getting life-changing information and not being kind of emotionally ready to do that? How are you handling those folks?
Well, because I'm onboarding people using the 15-day quick start, they're getting all of that information about the marketing side, about the meetings, about the training. They're getting all of that during the onboarding process with me.
Right.
Okay. What they decide to focus on after that is on them.
Okay.
So if they're not emotionally ready to dive into the marketing side, okay. But guess what? I'm still moving. I'm still winning. I'm still, you know, they seeing me MTG. They seeing me announce new business partners. They see me traveling. They seeing me at convention. They're going to see me at the Planet Escape in Mexico next month. They're going to see me on the yacht in 2 weeks. They watching.
Right. Okay.
They're in the groups because you're still adding them to the team groups. So they're seeing, oh, this one hit bronze. This one hit. Trust me, they're watching. They're watching. It's not like they're blind in a cave. They see what's happening around them, and they're seeing it has nothing to do with IntelliTravel.
And then that's probably what's going to draw them in and say, let me rethink this. Okay, there we go.
Absolutely. It has to, the thing that everybody has to understand, and he said it in the video, people do things because they want to do it, not because you want them to do it. They have to be ready. Timing is everything, and we have to respect people's timing, and we have to respect the journey that they are on. All of you are on a journey, and it looks different. And we got to respect that process. All of you are going through your process. Well, guess what? That's going to look different for your new business partner or your prospect. But I think sometimes we forget that they're going through their own process or their own journey, and we just want them to do what we want because it's going to benefit us. Remember, it's not about you. It's about them. And if you make the focus about them, you'll always say the right thing. They'll know that you're speaking from your heart, and they're going to trust you because you're making it about them. And so when you say, you know, this is a great opportunity. I heard you say that, you know, you're concerned about college for your kids in 8 years. This can help you do that. And I can help you make the money so that you will be prepared when that time comes for them to choose the college of their choice. They're going to trust you now because you're making it about them and not about you. I let people know if you want to focus on a travel side, that's great. But just know, based on what you told me you wanted, that's not the side that's going to get you there. Just so you know. I got it. Okay. And I'm going. I'm moving on. And here's the other thing. It's about going through the numbers. Some of you don't have weekly goals of how many people you're prospecting. And that's why you keep harping on this one couple, or this one guy, or this one woman. They got that one person got you all in a tizzy because you don't have a weekly goal of how many people you're prospecting. Michelle, what's your weekly goal for prospecting?
45.
45 people a week. So do you think she's harping on the one person that's giving her the business? No, because every week is 45 new people she's reaching out to. So if you focus on your weekly goals, the 1, 2, 3 that playing around, dangling the carrot in front of you, you won't even have time for that. Any questions? No questions? I'm gonna go to the team group real quick.
I have something to say.
Yes, hey Lawanda.
I that make a lot of sense because I have like 7 people that's dangling the carrot. I think I need to be moving on.
There you go. There you go. Set a weekly goal, Lawanda. How many new people you are going to prospect. Go back to my Jappy 2.0 training video. Those are the 3 ways that you can use to prospect people, and just say, I'm going to use one of these 3 peaks with 45 new people a day, or 50 people, a week, not a day, a week. Or maybe you might start with 5 people. I'm going to peak 5 new people every single day. If you do that, I promise you, you won't be worried about the people who gave you a commitment date and never came through.
Okay, thank you so much. Good
You're
information.
welcome. You're welcome. All right. Anybody?
So much that really did help. It really did.
Awesome. Awesome, Susan. Thank you. All right. Nicole said, I've seen so many go out of business. I love the support and training we have, and never had it with other teams and companies. Me neither. All right. So that concludes virtual coffee. Oh, Audrey. Hi, Audrey. I'm sorry. I didn't see your hand up.
That's okay. How are you today?
I am blessed. How are you?
I'm doing fine, fabulous, and blessed as well. I just had a quick question. You just said about a video that you had about the prospects. What was the name of the video again so I can look it up?
Yes, Jappy 2.0. JAPI 2.0. So if you go to my YouTube channel, and I'll just share it on here real quick. So go to my YouTube channel right here called Lifestyle by Tanisha, and you will find a playlist called Business Education.
Okay.
And just scroll down and you'll see this Jappy 2.0 right here.
Okay. Okay. Okay, great. Thank you. And also I had, when you're talking about dangling the carrot, I had a couple people that just been dangling the carrot in front of me. So like you said, you just have to keep on going, but, they said, oh, call me back on tomorrow, on this day. I'm busy at work, and I make time to call them and they'll talk. Oh, no, I can't do it today. My car broke down. That is always an excuse, for this one lady and this other gentleman. So I'm like, and when you just said that even the lady called me today, call me back today at 7:00 tonight. Well, she told me that on Sunday, and I'm like, so I'll call her, but I'm looking for anything to change right now because she's been saying the same thing for the past 2.5 weeks, maybe.
So all you need to do is say, and this is why I tell everyone, get an online calendar to make it easy. But even if you don't, but I like the online calendar because then you could just send her a message, say, listen, whenever you're ready, book some time on my calendar. And now the ball's in their court and you keep moving on to the next person. But that back and forth, oh, well, call me this time, and then they don't show up, or call me that. Don't allow people to abuse your time like that and to disrespect your time. Don't do it. You got to nip that in the bud immediately, because they're not respecting your business or your time or you. And you got to let them know that that's not what we're doing in 2023.
Okay,
You know?
definitely.
Even with people who sometimes people will schedule either a welcome call on my calendar or a three-way call, and it's time for that call. I don't get a phone call, nothing's happened. I'm like, I screenshot the appointment and I message and I send it to them. Is everything okay? Because just in case they in a coma or something, I don't know, right? Is everything okay? I did not get a courtesy message that this was canceled. Oh, I'm sorry, director. It only has to happen one time. But if I don't say anything and I just let the appointment go, okay, nobody called me, whatever, I'm gonna go eat, whatever. They're not gonna even, they may have just forgotten. I don't know. I don't see how you forget. It should be on your calendar. There's just no excuse. Unless you've been in a car accident, like I said, and you in a coma. There's no excuse to not let your leader know that a call was canceled or postponed or something. There's no excuse. We're doing business.
Right.
Because I promise you, if you have a doctor's appointment, you gonna call and cancel it because you don't want to pay that $25 fee. So why is it you can give your doctor that same respect, but you can't give your leader the same respect? Why? Because they're not charging you $25? Come on. We got to do better. Treat your business like a business. It'll pay you like a business. But yeah, don't let those people drag you on. I'd send them a message. Whenever you're ready to get started, here's a link to schedule time on my calendar. And I'm done. They're not going to hear from me again. I'm not chasing you. And guess what? I don't have to, because 9 times out of 10, we're connected on social media. You already see what I'm doing. So I don't have to keep following. Are you ready yet? Are you ready? No, you've seen me announce a new business partner and at the bottom saying, if you want more information or you're ready to get started, click this link. You see it? So I don't have to follow up with you continuously. And you keep, we call that moving the goalpost. You think it's the finish line. Nope, let me move it a little bit further. Don't let them do that. We're not doing that. And I promise you, people will respect you more and they'll want to partner with you over someone else, because they'll be like, she about her business. She ain't playing. And I'm joining the business to make money. So yeah, that's the one I want to be with. Not the person who's all casual, like, oh, it's okay. What date you want to start again? And then that date comes, you don't hear from them, they don't answer. And then they reach out to you. Oh, I'm still coming. Oh, it's fine. When are you going to be? What? Have posture. Have some respect for your business. Don't let people treat you like that. People want to partner with us. Think about this. Be the leader that you would want to partner with or be led by. Be the leader you would want to be led by. What type of characteristics would they have? Are they going to allow you to be? I have so much respect for Mr. Moore because he's just on point with everything. If the meeting's starting at 7, boom, it's starting at 7. If the meeting's supposed to end, well, sometimes it runs over. It depends. But you understand what I'm saying? Like, you respect this time because he shows that he's respecting your time. But when you let your prospect not respect your time, that's a problem. And anytime I have a prospect who doesn't show up for their call, which is very rare, it happened in the beginning a lot, but that's because I didn't have a strong enough posture. But I'll send them a message. Hey, just tried to reach you for the 2:00 appointment that you scheduled to discuss the travel business. If you're still available within the next 5 minutes, call me. If not, you will need to reschedule. Here's my calendar link. And it's done. They don't hear from me again. because you wasted my time. I'm not. And then you didn't have the courtesy to say, oh, I'm so sorry. And usually they'll respond back, oh, I'm so sorry this happened. Okay. Just so you know, like, we're not playing that. You can waste your time, but you're not going to waste my time. And again, people respect that because they're starting a business to make money. And so don't they want to be connected with someone that's serious about doing business and actually treating their business like a business? And some of you are treating your business like a hobby. And then you get mad when other people are treating your business like it's a hobby too. Because you're treating it like a business this week, but next week it's an option. You're not consistent. I can't turn off being professional with my business. It's so in me now. I can't turn it off. It's who I am. I am Planet Marketing. I can't turn it off. Michelle, can you turn it off?
No.
Shamika, can you turn it off?
Absolutely not.
We can't, those of us that are all in, we can't turn it off. Like, it's hard to relax. We can't go eat and not stop and take a picture. Like, we can't stop. It's so in us. It's who we are. But if you're not that way, it ain't in you yet. You playing. Or you haven't been in the business long enough. You haven't been consistent long enough. I won't even say in the business long enough. You haven't been consistent in your business long enough where it's part of who you are. It becomes a part of your identity. When it becomes like that, that's when you'll start to see your business moving. And it's the people on the outside, they see it in you. Like, people know, like, Tanisha, that's Planet Marketing. She got her stuff together. She's about her business, but she's still fun. She has a lot of energy. She's smart. They know that because I exude that 24/7, 365. What you see is what you get. It don't change. I'm going to always rep the company that saves my family's life. I'm going to always rep the company that allowed me to move my mother out of a low-income housing apartment. I'm going to always rep the company that allowed me to walk away from the job that was killing me, literally. So yeah, I'm all in. The question is, are you? And ask yourself, when was the last time I enrolled someone in the business? For some people, this is just like a little social club. Oh, we get to meet up here and meet up there and go on the trips together. And it's sad. It's sad when I see it because I'm like, that's all you gonna do with this business is use it as a social club? When you have the opportunity to use it to change your family's life, you just gonna use it as a social club, as a way to meet up and go on trips together? That's it? Okay. But when your children are struggling and there's nothing you can do, remember this moment. Remember this time, this moment in time. Remember it. When your grandchildren want to play football or do competitive cheer, and your child, their mom or dad, can't afford the fees, and neither can you. Remember this moment in time, because you had the opportunity to do something about it, but you were spending too much time going on trips and meetups. I'm just having a real conversation. I don't know who that's for. I don't know who that was for. I don't know what made me go there. Y'all know on coffee break, anything can happen, but that was a message for somebody.
Well, I'll speak up. It was for me.
Okay, thank you, LaWanda. Tell me about it.
I use it as a hobby, and knowing that I need to be full all in, because I need to make a difference with my family.
I respect that. I respect that. Whatever you need, there's already a tool out there to help you with it. Just go all in.
Yes, I'm a big procrastinator.
Do
I
you
am.
work full
And
time?
I don't. And that's the thing. I don't. I have no reason not to have 9 people on my team.
Go get it. Go make it happen. And that's a common thing. I saw in Team Lux Platinum, someone had posted about their job, right? That now they're working or whatever. I promise you, well, for me, let me speak for me. Maybe not at this moment, but when I was working, I was way more productive in this business than I was once I went full time in the business, because I had no choice but to fight from 5 to 9 because I was working a 9 to 5. So I was able to really compress those time frames and get a lot done. I got a 15-minute break. I could get several posts out, respond to people, set up 3-way calls in that 15 minutes. But when you have all day, you can wake up when you feel like it. You're not as productive.
Right.
So you got to have business hours. Again, treat your business like a business. All right. I went 14.
Wait, I have to say something.
Yes. Hey, Benita.
Good evening. Good afternoon, everyone. I had to say an ouch moment. And I have, my little teary because I was treating this like a hobby. I'm an early retiree, so I have all the time in the world, but I had to sit back after going through all these funerals, because yesterday was the last one that I had to go to for right now, and say, like, I have to make time for myself.
Mm-hmm.
I have to do me. I have to, because my husband is tired doing 2 jobs. So he went to the meeting that we had, like, in our area. He loved it. But because of our renewal vows on August 5th, he just been working, because he want to make sure that comes out beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So he asked me can I just not travel until afterwards, and then we can do this?
Mm-hmm.
Because he's a heart patient too. So I said, okay, I'm not going to put the pressure on him, but he gets on me like, okay, why are you not doing this? Why are you not doing that? And because I put everybody in front of me, I had to tell certain things in church, like I have to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm worried about everybody getting to church, doing this, doing that, or this is coming on. If they see Benita's going to make sure, make it work and whatever. Well, y'all going to see Benita sit down. This missionary is going to sit down, because I look at y'all, it inspires me so much, but what do I do? Just sit down. I'm not doing nothing. So I don't want to beat myself up, but I do need to beat myself up, because this is a reality check.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Because it hurts so bad, because I know I can do this. Absolutely. And even though if I don't say anything, it's like so much information, it soaks in, but I have to push myself to use it. The tool is there. So I don't knock none of my sponsor directors or anything, because the tool is there. Mm-hmm. I have to work the tools. I have to work that. So even though I might not say so much, because the information is so deep and powerful, I'm trying to soak it in, that sometimes I have to rewatch to see, like, oh my God, this is so powerful. So like this week, it's like I'm stepping up the game, because I need to do me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we got to get your hubby out of that second job.
Yes.
Right. And for no other reason for that. And, I just kind of want to share with you, and I've said this to some people that I'm bringing on board when they're telling me what their goals are. And I say to them, you just became a CEO, and you want to make however much money they want to make, whatever their why is. And I tell them, you need to make this business priority number 1 for the next 3 to 5 years to accomplish that goal. People need to know that coming in, because especially we as women, we take on too much. We don't know how to say no. We give everybody everything else, And we say, okay, once everybody has what they need, then I'll do for me. And then there's nothing left. And then we wonder why we having nervous breakdowns, high blood pressure, A1C off the chart. And so even when it comes to your responsibilities at church or at your kid's school or the extra stuff you do at your job, you're going to have to say no for now. No, I can't be on the usher board anymore. I can't help with the tent at the games for the kids. No, I can't ride the bus. No, I can't chaperone. No, because in this season is about me. And it's not for you to understand because it ain't about y'all. Right now, I'm in the me season. And that's why one of the reasons I respect Pastor Fern Sapp so much. She was pastoring a church and stepped down to build this business because she realized the people she wanted to help, she couldn't help. And Mr. Bradley said, sometimes you need to pray for people, but you're going to have to pay for people too. And she stepped down to build this business. And now she's able to give to all of those ministries, write checks. She was just in Orlando. She said, it's an amazing feeling to go visit a church, hear about a ministry that they have, ask God, should I seed this ministry? Yeah, write a check for $5,000, write a check for $7,000. And she's able to do it and not even think twice about it. So don't let that guilt of church, God, you got to let that guilt go. You got to let that go and say, you know what? I want to be able to help the church. And right now all I could give is my time. Okay. Put that on hold. Focus on this for 3 to 5 years and you'll be able to give so much more to the church than you're able to give right now. You still having that relationship with God. You're not saying, God, I'm putting you on the shelf. No. But if Pastor Fern can step down from pastoring a church to build this business because she saw the bigger picture, then us giving up the usher board or the choir or whatever for 3 to 5 years to focus on this, go get the ring and then go back and sing and have a real testimony. The best way to help poor people is to not be one of them. Mr. Bradley says that all the time. And I get it. You're yellow. All you yellows, you can't help people if you broke. So just focus. Take 3 to 5 years to make this priority number one. And I'm going to end with this. At the last convention, Mr. and Mrs. Bradley had a training called the Agreement. And in that, he said that in his house is God, family, and business. And I immediately turned to my husband. I said, that's not going to work for women, for moms. Because if we put family ahead of the business, we will never, ever, ever get to the business. It's just in our DNA. It'll never happen. So we have to have in our mindset, women, moms, God, business, family. As long as the family ain't in danger, like ain't nobody gonna die, the business comes first. Jace already know, don't bother me. There's food. He ain't gonna starve to death. Business comes first. I'll get to Jace later. That's the way it is in my household. They all know it. But look at what I'm able to do for the family because I had to change that paradigm. But some moms, I'm talking to you moms, the fathers don't have this problem because a man's 2 responsibilities is to provide and protect. So they're going to do that. They don't get all emotional like we do, ladies, moms. Shirley, I'll be with you shortly. They don't get emotional like us. But my grandson's football game, I couldn't go to the meeting because my grandson have a football game. Screw that football game. That ain't paying none of your bills, and he ain't getting no scholarship to go into the NFL. Stop. I think your grandson would be more appreciative when he turns 18 and he ain't got to have a student loan debt because grandma worked this business and can write a check than you being at his football game. But we as women, we got to stop with these excuses. Me and my husband were having that discussion today, talking about we just so sick of hearing everybody's excuses. Stop. You can make excuses or you can make money, but you can't do both. You get to choose. What you picking?
I like that. That's a gem right there.
You can make excuses or you can make money, but you can't do both. You get to choose. Which one are you going to choose? But in order to be a great leader, you can't give excuses. And then now you can position yourself to not accept excuses. And anybody who's been coached by me knows I will call you out on your excuse in a minute. I'm going to hear what you guys say, but I'm going to call you out on it. I'm going to throw it right back at you. And say, go try to pay your electric bill with that. Because everybody's going through something. And you might think your something is big, but I promise you somebody else has something bigger that they going through and they still pushing through. And a lot of excuses are weak. You haven't been to your weekly meeting and it's within 2 hours of your home and you haven't been. Unexcusable. But you say you want to win. Good luck with that. Keep lying to yourself and see where that takes you. Because that's all that people, that's what the excuses are, right? It's the lies that you tell yourself to make yourself feel good about failing. That's what your excuses are. Just stop. Just do the work. And see what happens. And all of you have access to all the tools and resources to be successful. So it's not like you're waiting for, we need the magic answer. You have it and you've had it all this time. You just chose to not use it. But I want everybody to do a gut check and write down all these excuses that you've been giving yourself for why you ain't hit Goal Builder yet, why you ain't hit 2020, why you not DIT, why you not whatever your next promotion is. Write them down, all the ones you've heard yourself say, and really look at it and see how disgusted you're going to be with yourself. That you're going to throw away an opportunity to break those generational curses of lack in your family because of, I'm tired. So-and-so passed away. My car broke down. I had a fight with none of that matters. Any questions? I know I went left today. Ooh, y'all gonna be talking about me. Y'all know I love you though, right?
You may have went left, but you know what? I really do.
What'd you say, Shani?
I said you went left so we could go right. I needed to hear that, especially being new to business. Hey, this information, that's why I'm on Coffee Chat. I take my lunch break because I'm working 2 things right now. This is my lunch break and I needed it and I loved it. And I thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. Thank you. Susan, what did you say?
I was gonna say you may have went left, but you know what? It's worth every ounce that we get. Honestly, every time. I know I don't get to jump on here enough, but I'm just like everybody else. I'm jumping on my lunch.
That's good. That's good. And that's why I'm recording this now, so that even the people who couldn't get on, if it's important to them, guess what? They'll go back and watch the replay. And if it's not, they'll make another excuse. And that's okay too. But we are going to do what we need to do. We're going to leave all the excuses on coffee break today, and moving forward, we're just going to execute. Make that promise to yourself to just, you know what, because don't keep beating yourself up over what you did or didn't do in the past. It doesn't matter. It's okay. We all make mistakes. But the question is, what are you going to do from this point forward? Because when you know better, you do better. So you're either going to do better, or you're going to go back to what's comfortable, and that's keep making excuses to make yourself feel better. But again, you get to choose. You're not hurting me. Me and mine are going to win regardless, because I'm a champion. I got a champion mindset. I can't lose, and I have favor. But what are you speaking over your business? And what actions are you putting behind it? All right, that's it. Because I don't want y'all have to send me a cash app for the collection plate, because I know I got on my soapbox today. But thank you all for the extra 29 minutes. Shirley, I need to end this because I'm recording, but just jump back on, all right? And I will see you all next week. Get as many people as you can on Freedom Friday tomorrow night. And then tonight at 7, we have the corporate presentation on the Planet Marketing Facebook page. But don't wait for webinars. Get those videos out to people, all right? Everyone have an amazing day.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Tanisha.
Thank you. You as well.
Bye, Tariq.
All right. Thank you for everything.
You're welcome. You're welcome.